All industries on earth are driven by the environment, and I think that's something that we have forgotten. We've damaged our environment to an extent that the sustenance and survivability of both industries, economies, and people is now under threat. If we don't strive to be environmental leaders in whatever we do today, we will not have a planet to live on.
I think personally it was interesting for me because a lot of the places where I work in now were places that I also grew up in. There were places that I saw deteriorating over time. If I had a choice, I would want to change. And I think that is an opportunity which a lot of other people want. When they see that, I think one of the things which everybody wants to do is be that change.
Through our work, we train young people in rewilding their forests and in bringing biodiversity back on their farms. A great example of the success of this work is the fact that we've been able to provide jobs or actually entrepreneurship opportunities to many young people when they came back home during the COVID-19 pandemic from the rest of India, right? And it's not the Baripara Foundation providing jobs, but it's the youth leaders who we've trained on the ground creating opportunities for their colleagues in rural areas.
I think in reality there is no definition to environmental leadership or who an environment leader is, but it ensures that you adapt and update your solutions to climate change problems and the realities of today. I joined Balipara in 2020, and since then my work has involved meeting different local indigenous communities in the Eastern Himalayas, talking to them about their issues related to conservation and other livelihood aspects, and coming up with holistic approaches to solutions that help in our rewilding projects.
I always was interested in using data to kind of bring change. Here I have the opportunity to work with different teams and collect data from them, and that has kind of improved my communication skills. I do want to get into visual communication and like how communication and storytelling can help impact. It is helping me for my personal goals as well to like go to the field and understand the stories in the field.
तो हम लोग का कोई भी जब प्रोजेक्ट आता है हैबिटेट रेस्टोरेशन या रीवाइल्डिंग का, तो उसमें मेरा सबसे अहम भूमिका होता है, क्योंकि फाइनेंस से ही सब कुछ प्रोजेक्ट का सब कुछ कार्य होता है। जो भी बजट है उसको गो थ्रू करना, उस बजट का जितना भी पैसा है या जो भी है उसको डायरेक्ट हम लोग का डोनर से हम लोग के पास आने से लेकर ग्रास रूट में जो भी बेनिफिशियरी है उसको कैसे पहुंचाया जाए और राइट पर्सन तक कैसे पहुंचाया जाए, उसका मेरा काम होता है। जो भी कम्युनिटी है उन लोग के साथ लीड करना, उन लोग से बात करना, उन लोग को मोबिलाइज़ करना इन्वायरमेंट के लिए, तो वो चीज़ में मुझे एक एडिशनल मतलब एक्सपीरियंस मिला कि मुझे ऐसा करना पड़ रहा है विद फाइनेंस के साथ। जैसे कि अगर एज ए कंपेयर करूं दूसरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो भी कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर होता है उसमें क्या होता है कि वहाँ पे ओनली फाइनेंस, बट यहाँ पे क्या है फाइनेंस विद इन्वायरमेंट, तो वो दोनों का मतलब सामंजस्य जो होता है ना मिलना, वो बहुत ही अलग ही है।
I cannot imagine being anywhere else or doing anything else. What we do know is that the work that we do is replicable, scalable. We have a lot of work to do in the region, which will take us many years to bring at least the biodiversity back and the stuff that we've lost. But we also know that this work has immense potential in other areas of the global south, right? So after we do our jobs here, with our partners and with all the young people that we strive to attract, we're going to take this model to Central Africa, we're going to take this model to Latin America. So I'm guessing the work is not going to end till the end of our lifetimes. This fellowship will focus on rural youth and training rural youth to becoming the stewards of their own environments, to train them to restore the forests that they've lost. This fellowship will also particularly target urban youth, not necessarily in training urban youth to plant trees in Delhi or Bombay, not to lead awareness, not to lead environment talk, because I think we have enough of that, but to train them to lead environment action.
The fellowship in itself is exciting because it's a unique approach to creating change. It tells you about the obstacles that you face every day, and not just one aspect of it, which is global warming, deforestation, but multiple aspects.
If your focus is on environment, you kind of focus just on waste management and pollution, and these are the topics which are there, but you don't kind of understand other topics, and that's where they can go to the field and they can go to the rural areas and understand, okay, environment is not just about that, but also about reforestation, about agroforestry, about understanding different things which is impacting the communities.
Everybody can do something, everybody can contribute in the best of their abilities with their skill set. You do not have to be, say, somebody who has had a long history of being an environmental activist, probably.
This fellowship will create a unique, interdependent and interconnected network of young leaders who will work across sectors, who will work within corporate, who will work together with governments, and who will work together with their rural counterparts to create and revamp supply chains, to create and revamp investments in climate action, and to create enabling policy environments to drive change, not just in India, but across South Asia.
Ground realities of today, we can't just use old narratives of how we address climate change. I think we need new updated models of, say, leadership solutions to climate change problems, and that's what we are looking at, and I think young people have a huge part to play in this fellowship.
We are looking at people who have a stake in the environment. We are looking at people who have a stake in their community and who want to further that. So they do not have to maybe be involved with the first stage, which is that of planting, but the people could be involved at every other stage, which is media, communications, research, engagement.
We hope to be working together with these young leaders in the coming few decades to really create an army of young people restoring land, to at least reversing the amount of deforestation that we've had, to create unique supply chain models by which or through which rural youth and urban youth work together in transforming how we grow things that we need, in transforming how businesses look at climate. This is one of the very few fellowships in the world aimed at driving action towards restoring forests and aimed at driving leadership of youth in restoring biodiversity.
This is something that has also come up in a lot of the interviews that we've conducted, that people do not necessarily want to move away. So people do crave for this home, but how can this home become a place where they can actually live? How can it become a place which gives them opportunities, and how can indigenous youth take over this narrative and take over this movement and claim it as theirs? I think would be very interesting to see how this pans out in terms of the RUFU Fellowship.